Hi guys, this is going to be a video about my games collection, which isn't that extensive, but I think I have quite a few games that are very good and very interesting. These are in no particular order, but I did sort them by platform. All of these except one are console games, because I don't play on PC very much. So first off is going to be the Wii U games, and most of these aren't technically mine because my girlfriend bought the Wii U for herself and for me, of course, but she bought all of these games, so I didn't actually pay for any of them. The first game is Yoshi's Woolly World. It's a really fun game and very relaxing, I think, except maybe some levels, but that's to be expected. I should mention that I absolutely hate Mario platform games, like Super Mario and Mario 3D and stuff like that. But I really like this because it's not too difficult, but still challenging enough to, to want to keep going. The next game, some of these games will still have prices on them, but I don't know why I never take them off. This game is Rayman Legends. It even has the receipt still in it. And apparently I did buy this game. Or Lara used my what do you call it, member card thing of the game shop. This is another really fun game. We used to play it together a lot, and we even streamed it on a few occasions. But I don't know, she doesn't really have any interest anymore in games, so that kind of stopped. But I really like to play it again someday, because I'm not very good at platform games, but at this one and Yoshi, I don't suck completely, so that's kind of the standard of platform games for me. Next up is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Lara bought this for herself, but she hasn't really played it again, mostly because of lack of time. And I did start it, but I didn't get very far because it's not really the kind of game I like very much. It's still a great game, but I don't know, it just, for some reason, it didn't really compel me that much. Next we have Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I absolutely hate this game. I don't know why Lara bought this. Maybe expecting me to play along, but I'm so horribly bad at it that it's kind of embarrassing. she likes to. I mean, she has a lot of nostalgia to this game, or to the GameCube version, because she used to play it with her family when they had family parties and family dinners. But yeah, it doesn't really do much for me. That was my shoulder. Again. Okay, another nail in my coffin is new Super Mario Bros. U. I tried to like this game, I honestly did, but I'm so bad at it, it's not even funny. So, I think the main issue I have with this game is that you can get game over. And that's the big difference with Rayman and Yoshi, is that you can definitely die, but in Super Mario Bros. You can die and then you have to restart a whole section, and that's just, I don't know, that really turned me off from this game. You might be able to tell I'm not really a big Wii gamer. But we'll get to the fun games in a second. And lastly, for the Wii U games is Mario Kart 8. Laura and I played this quite extensively for a few weeks or so. We were trying to get all the gold stars and all the cups and all the races. And I'm pretty sure we streamed this game a few times too. Not with a lot of success, but it was still fun. Okay, now for the odd one out, Goat Simulator. I only bought this because I saw it in the store for 7 or 8 euros, I think. And it looks so ridiculous that I couldn't resist. It's not even that good of a game. Unless I missed something, there are only 2 worlds. And it gets really boring really quickly, so maybe I just don't have the patience for it. It's not really my kind of game, except when I'm really bored and I can't think of anything else to do, I might play this again at some point. My shoulder keeps snapping. Right. Now we get to the PS3 games. Starting off with a bang. The Last of Us. This may have been the first game where I would really... Sorry if I just blew into the mic. When I was really mind blown about. Maybe this, or maybe another game that's coming up. But it's such an amazing game. I can't even put it into words how much I enjoyed this. Yeah, that's one of my top 3 games ever. I think maybe top 5. Just to be safe. Alright. Next up is LA Noire, again with the price on it still. another really good game that I had no intention of buying, but I was at the game shop and I just saw this for 10 euros and I heard only good things about it, so I just picked it up. And I'm glad I did because it's really fun. I mean, I don't know, and I haven't played any game quite like this. It's very, very movie-like, but not like some other games like Heavy Rain or Until Dawn or stuff like that. But yeah, great game if you ever find this for a low price or even a little bit more. Highly recommended. A top 5 may not be enough to list all my favorite games, because this is another one. Alien Isolation. I got this from a friend because he had it on PS3 and then he bought it again on PS4 and he lent me this game, or the PS3 version. And since he had the PS4 version, he didn't need this anymore, so he just decided that I could have it as a birthday present. But this game is so incredibly intense. It's really ridiculous. I played it on the hardest mode. I think that's just hard, or maybe there's one more. I'm not really sure. The hardest difficulty that was available anyway. And I can't even count the moments of frustration and just pure despair. But in the end, it was one of those games where you forget all the frustration, all the times you wanted to punch your TV in the face. Yeah, I might have to replay this again soon. Next up is Skate 3. I don't know why or how I bought this game, because I hadn't heard about it at all. I just knew that they were meant to be more realistic skateboarding games. So I guess I just bought it to try it out and really loved it. It's one of those games where you can just relax and you don't have to worry about too much stress. You can just cruise around and do some tricks and have fun with it. I'm planning to do a few videos of this game, hopefully in the near future, if I can find some time to do it. So yeah, that's one of those games that I'll probably never really stop playing unless I get rid of my PS3, which is hopefully never. Alright, another one for the top 5. Red Dead Redemption. I don't even know what to say about this game. It really hit me in the gut, so to speak. Just for a PS3 game, and even just in general, it looked amazing. and there's so much to do and to see, and the story just sucks you in. I never played the, what's it called? Is it Undead Nightmare? I think so. The big DLC with the zombies. I never played that. I thought it was included, but then it turned out it wasn't, so I might have to try that sometime. Alright. This might be the game I regret buying the most. It's Fallout New Vegas. I think I bought this because I watched someone stream it a few times. And it looked like fun, but I hadn't played any other Fallout games. And I just hoped I would like it, but I really didn't. I don't even know why. I think it was just way too difficult too quickly. And I just gave up on it. And I don't really have any intentions of giving it another shot. So I might just end up selling this. Alright. Far Cry 4. Pretty sure, yeah, this was a no, not a birthday present, a Christmas present from Lara. And it's still the PS3 version because I don't think PS4 was out at the time. I'm not sure if they released Far Cry 4 for PS3 and then released it again, or if PS4 was out. But I didn't have a PS4 back then, so I went with Lara went with the PS3 version. But yeah, another great game. It's not really a game that I would play again anytime soon. But I do have some very good memories about it. And moments of frustration. But that's not something you should like a game less for, I think. I remember there being a lot of talk about Far Cry 4 being a reskin of Far Cry 3. And I strongly disagree because there's so many game mechanics that they added in Far Cry 4. Of course, I can't really think of any at the moment. I don't think it's fair to call it a reskin because they improved it in pretty significant ways, in my opinion. Now I'm wondering if I'm more of an open world gamer or more linear, but I can't decide. Oh, this is another special one. It's Beyond Two Souls. This game blew my mind twice, because I played it twice. Both times in one sitting. So I think I started at 10 or so in the morning, and I was done with it by midnight, I'd say. But yeah, this is another one that punched me in the gut emotionally. And I wouldn't be surprised if I had to shed a tear at the end. Or even during. Yeah, there's a particular scene involving someone dying. I don't know who it was, but I remember I couldn't help but shed a tear. It's one of those trip games. I mean, you, not in the drugs sense, but you start it and then you're just gone until you finish it. I remember thinking that it would be weird to see actual actors recreated in the game. But to be honest, that wasn't an issue at all, because the game is pretty much like a movie anyways. A really long one at that. Top 5 material. You might have to stretch it to a top 10 because it's already getting out of hand. Okay, next up is Tomb Raider 2013. I guess that's what they call it, but it doesn't really say 2013 on the box. Yeah, in my opinion, this is a classic. I struggle to remember when I got which games. So I don't know if I played this before any of the other ones in my top list. But yeah, this was another, just a real roller coaster of a game. I'm always surprised how short it is, or maybe that's just a trick of the mind, but it's really not that long of a game, which is kind of a shame, because I'm always a bit sad that it's over already. I might get the remastered version, but I'm not really sure. I probably will, though, if I'm honest. Alright, another platformer. Little Big Planet 2. My friend had this game on PS Vita, I think. And I tried it. I don't think it was this one, it was the first one, I think. But it was such a new kind of platform game for me that I really wanted to play this. It's very clever. I mean, some of the puzzles and the level designs is really cool. I remember the struggle to find all the items and all the big item bubbles. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this, because it was one of the few games we could play in co-op, local co-op, that is. But I don't think I ever finished it, ironically. I might have to get back into it soon. The only conventional sports game that I have is FIFA 14. I think I bought it exclusively to play with friends, because I don't really have any co-op games except for Yoshi and Rayman, but I didn't have those back then. But I just wanted to get it in case I felt like playing FIFA, which, to be honest, isn't very often. But it's a classic, I guess, so it's still kind of fun to play with friends. Then Skate 2. I got this after I had Skate 3, and after I completed Skate 3, because I was curious about the other Skate games. I don't think I'm gonna get the first Skate though, because it looks a bit too basic, and I missed some of the tricks in Skate 3, in Skate 2, so I imagine Skate 1 has even less stuff to do, so I think I'll just stick with 2 and 3. But again, it's one of those games that just is nice to unwind. Dishonored. This is the Game of the Year edition. I never finished this, and I'm really bummed about it. Because when did I get this? Last December, I think. Maybe November. But this was probably the last game I bought for PS3. Because soon afterwards I bought my PS4, and I never really got back into Dishonored. I still want to finish it though, because I'm very curious about Dishonored 2. That's coming up kind of soon. I don't know when exactly. But I do want to finish this before I get the sequel. And it's a really good game. I mean, I think I just got it into my head that PS3 games were worse than PS4 games, which makes no sense. But yeah, I think it was a mental thing that I couldn't go back to PS3, which is totally ridiculous, but I will finish this someday. Alright. Far Cry 3. I did play this before Far Cry 4. And I can't really remember what I thought of it the first time I finished it. But I really enjoyed it, even though it was kind of frustrating. It was just a cool action game with the, what do you call it, the wingsuit and the parachute stuff and just all the crazy stunts. And I think it was one of the first games where you could actually hunt and where you had to gather stuff from animals, like the skins to craft new gear and stuff. It's hard to pick a favorite between Far Cry 3 and 4, because they're so, well, very similar, obviously, but thematically they're very different, and I like them both equally, so I can't really choose. Alright, and lastly for PS3 is Skyrim, the Legendary Edition. I had the normal edition for a few years. I don't know when I got it. Certainly not right after release, because I was very late with Skyrim. But I really wanted the add-ons. What are they called? The Dragonborn add-on and Dawn Guards, but I couldn't buy them from the PlayStation Store because I don't have a credit card, so I just bought the Legendary Edition, and I put the normal edition up for sale. Oh, it says on the box, Dawn Guards, Hearthfire. English isn't my native language, so I'm not really sure. And Dragonborn. So many hours. I mean, not ridiculous amounts of hours, but still at least a few hundred, which is a lot by my standards. Trying to think again, which is hard because it's 2:15 a.m. But it's quiet outside, and that's why I'm recording this late. Ironically, I haven't even done maybe half of the quest lines. I only just started the Dawn Guard quest line, but that got bugged because there was this castle out on the sea on a rock somewhere. And I remember not being able to get back in the castle. But I don't know if I ever fixed it or if it's just game breaking stuff. There was something about running into the gate with a plate in your hand or a platter, and then you supposedly could glitch through the wall. But I don't know if that actually worked for me, because maybe it was a PC thing that didn't work on PS3. So yeah, I still have a lot to do, but if I'm honest, I don't know if I'm gonna spend that much time anymore in Skyrim. Alright, and lastly, we have the PS4 games. Not that many yet, but probably by next summer there will be a lot more, because there are a lot of cool looking games coming out. So, of course, GTA 5. It's kind of a weird game, because the story is excellent, I think, but even without the story, I'd still play the hell out of this, because it's kind of like the skate games. It's just fun to play, even if you're not doing anything productive or any missions or challenges or whatever. It's just a fun game to be in. There were some extra things in the PS4 version if you had played the PS3 version, which I did because the friend who lent me Alien Isolation, he also lent me GTA 5 on PS3. So because I had it and I guess Rockstar knew I played it. I don't know how it works. But because of that, I did have access to the added content, which isn't that spectacular, but still cool. Like the black and white filter you get after the murder mystery missions. And the peyote plants, which I've never even tried because I can't find them. But I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't look up the locations. So either I break my promise or I'm gonna have to spend a long time looking for the plants. They're the plants that make you change into an animal depending on which plant you take. So you can play as a bird or a dog or whatever. But it's a one-time thing, so I don't like one-time things because I'm scared of not taking full advantage of them, and then you can't do it again. So it's kind of a mental thing I have. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. What a game. That's all I can say. Maybe I'm halfway by now, but definitely still a lot more to do. But I kind of got out of it for some reason. I don't know why. I remember April through June, it was all I played, several hours a day, despite exams and whatnot. Yeah, it's really an amazing game. There's not much you can say negatively about it. I do need to get back into this because I feel like I'm missing out just by not playing it. Okay, this was the first PS4 game I bought. I bought it along with my PS4 itself. It's Fallout 4. Cool game. That's all I can say. It's not as memorable for some reason, at least not for me. But I did have a lot of fun with it, but it kind of, the memories faded away, so to speak. Maybe I ruined it for myself by watching so many videos explaining how bad this game is. And yeah, it's a pretty Marmite game, I guess, because some people love it and some people totally hate it because it's supposedly not a true Fallout game anymore. But I liked it. I mean, I don't really see the problem with it. Alright, 2 more to go. And this is Trials Fusion. This is really not the kind of game I usually play, but it just looked like fun. And it is fun up to a certain point where it just gets insanely difficult very quickly. Which is the reason why I don't play it anymore. Because it's, I don't know, it's just way too difficult all of a sudden. Maybe I just don't have the patience for it. But if it takes you 100 attempts to get over one obstacle or one gap or whatever, I think there's something wrong with me or with the game. Still a fun game, but just not as much my thing as I thought it would be. And last but certainly not least, Uncharted 4. I literally finished this game not even an hour ago. I'm just looking at the clock over there. But my mouth was there. You might be able to tell I haven't processed all the awesomeness of this game yet. So it was a birthday present from Lara. An early birthday present, because my birthday isn't till September. But we were in Holland. Not really Holland, in the Netherlands. And they had this game for a lot cheaper than it is here. So she proposed if I wanted it for my birthday already, and I happily accepted. This is the first Uncharted game I've ever played. And now I really want to play the, what's it called? Drake's Collection or something. The first 3 games anyway, the remastered ones for PS4. Yeah, I mean, this makes me question if I'm really an open world person. Because that's what I always thought, that I preferred open world games in general. But this is such an amazing game. It looks incredible. It plays well. It's not insanely difficult. It's well paced, I think. I think I'm pretty close to being infatuated with this game. Probably gonna think about it a bit more before I go to bed. Just process the story. Okay, my phone decided to stop recording all of a sudden, so I had to transfer the video I had from my phone to my laptop because I didn't have enough space for the video. But yeah, those are all the games I have, at least the ones in box. I do have some Steam games, but I can't really show those. So I guess it's about time to wrap up the video. I hope you liked it, even though it probably was a bit fumbly. I've never done videos like this before, so it's kind of a new thing. Okay. thank you for watching, and good night.